we go. In 3, 2, 1.
I don't know about you, Vinny. You move fast. Maybe too fast.
I would have sent you a big basket of fruit, but I figured I'd wait and see if you died.
The morning stream, 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 the morning stream.
Now with 100% more Dermot McGronley and Don Cheeto. This is the Morning Stream.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TMS, the morning stream for March 9th, 2020. I'm Scott Johnson. He's Brian Ibbett. Back from Shit Taco.
That's right.
How was Chicago? Let's get into it. Let's talk about it.
It was great. It was a really good time. Geek Bowl was fantastic. It was a really, really well-run competition. If there were any complaints, I'd say that maybe the questions skewed a little bit too easy this year compared to previous years.
Oh.
I hate complaining that it was too easy.
Yeah.
But you like a good balance every round of, if there are 8 questions, you want like 4 difficult ones, well, maybe 4 tough ones, 2 really difficult questions, and 2 really easy questions. And I think they kind of went with more of like a 6 relatively easy questions and then 2 extremely difficult questions per round.
Oh, wow.
And at least that was our experience.
Where did you place? I guess we haven't even talked about that yet. How'd you do?
Yeah, we haven't. I didn't. So I posted this on Twitter. So the official placement, or at least on the screen when they rolled the things to give everybody their placement and award the top prizes.
Yeah.
They put us at 13. Then we found out yesterday what the score that they had for us was, which disagreed with what we had. We double checked what we had and what we gave them, and we really ended up in 10th place.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So they misplaced us. So I don't know if we'll fight it or argue, because it really doesn't matter. Only the top 5 teams get money, so it's not like we're gonna
right. It's just pure. It'd be
argue
for
over bragging rights, but
sure, pure accuracy sort of argument there.
Totally.
I guess.
But when somebody asks us how we did, we're going to say we took 10th place.
Gotcha.
That's what it is, really.
Yeah. So how many? What's the total lineup of?
233 teams total.
Pretty good, dude.
At this
Pretty
thing.
good. 10th place. That puts you in the top 10%. If my math's right. No. 5.
No,
that puts you in the top
it's not
5%.
Right. Top 5%.
Top 5%. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit even higher than that. Maybe even top 4%. But
that's great.
Yeah, it was a really, really good time. Overall, the event itself was great. They Might Be Giants were fantastic. They played like 3 or 4 different sets, came out at different times during the competition, including they did the covers round. So they did, covers that you had to identify, but they changed the lyrics to be about state capitals, because They Might Be Giants. They love their state capitals. They have a whole album called Presents the State Capitals.
Right.
So they did a cover of Outkast's Hey Ya that was about Atlanta. And you had to figure out the song they were doing and then what state capital they were talking about, because they didn't just come out and go Atlanta.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they did that, and we just about aced that round. We didn't recognize a song by Bikini Kill, but we knew that they were talking about Salem. Or no, we knew they were talking about Olympia, Washington.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Those guys are great.
Did
they do their that weird Steven Tyler thing?
No.
Okay.
That's just a pure video thing. I don't think that's when they perform in concert, but they will show that video in concert as part of their warm up or something like that. But it is really weird.
It's so weird. It is. They didn't do that here when I saw them. They had weird video stuff before and after, but they didn't show that.
Yeah,
that is one of the strangest. Like at what point were they sitting around going, guys, I have an idea. Somebody pull up that Run DMC Aerosmith collab.
Walk This Way video.
Yeah, let's get that done. Like,
we'll do new music to it, and the thing is great.
It's
and
so
if you haven't seen it yet, go to Scott's Twitter feed and take a look at it.
Yeah, it's very weird. Or just you can search YouTube and there might be giants. There will be. What is it? I can't think of the name.
They might be. They
might be giants. I was gonna say there will be giants, but that's there will be dungeons. It's all in my head wrong.
It's really funny though because they have one of their earliest bonus tracks was a thing off the Don't Let's Start off of their self-titled album, but it was on a B-side of their I think it was a B-side of Don't Let's Start.
Yeah.
And it was a recording that somebody had left on their answering machine because before they really hit it big, they had a Brooklyn phone number that you could call and hear a new song every week by They Might Be Giants. And basically they'd have it as their outgoing message on their answering machine, people.
Yeah.
And so you could call this number and then you'd hear a new They Might Be Giants song. But it was also a voice recorder. And so at the message or at the tone, you could leave a message. But there were a couple of people talking like, I don't know what this is. It's there will be giants.
Uh-huh.
They are giants, maybe. It's so funny.
I mean,
the dial-a-song service. Exactly.
Oh, is that what it was called? Dial-a-song.
Yeah,
okay.
dial-a-song.
I don't remember that at all. That's cool though.
But so we had the meetup on Friday night, which was awesome. Big thanks to Barry Folks and Bobby Ann Folks for putting it together. They went there and reserved a couple tables. We had tables right by the bar. They got us some appetizers. They really did a great job kind of getting everything going and organized and having everybody there.
That's great.
A few America's Next Top Podcaster contestants showed up. Rishi B from season 1 showed up.
Did they enact vengeance upon you when they saw you?
I was totally expecting it.
Okay.
But there was no. I'd expected if Reed or maybe Melissa showed up.
Gotcha.
I'd get great vengeance upon thee, thrown at me. But Rishi brought his wife Vanessa and her sister Rimley. Gabriel and Kristen came from season 2.
Very nice.
Our couple that we kept split up for the entirety of ANTP.
That's right.
They came and they're just fantastic, wonderful people. Stephanie and Kurt. So Kurt works for Minnesota Lottery. They live in Madison. I'm sorry, not Minnesota, Wisconsin Lottery, and he works overnight shifts maintaining the servers that basically he has to make sure that nobody breaks in and hacks the Wisconsin Lottery server.
That's awesome. What a cool gig that is.
Because of that, they're not allowed to play the lottery. So like if they bought a lottery ticket and won, be like, no, sorry, you can't collect that. So I told them to make sure to go check out McMillions, which might be my recommendal this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really good. Stephanie works. She just quit her full-time job to go full-time freelance, and she designs. This is the coolest thing, and I wonder if she's listening. I want her to put stuff in the Tadpole on Facebook so people can check it out. She designs those mermaid things that you can wear. So like it's basically like a body stocking that you pull up over your legs.
Okay.
And it's got scales and a tail, and you're a mermaid, and so you can like hop in a pool and go and float around and swim around like a mermaid. But she does custom ones, so like she showed me designs that she had. She likes Spider-Man as much as I do.
Sure.
So she had some Spider-Man designs. She had a really cool one based on Spyro the Dragon.
Oh, that's awesome. That thing's having a resurgence a little bit, that game. People like
totally.
it.
So like if you're looking for a custom designed mermaid tail, can you call it a tail? This is the whole bottom half of your body, but you can't call it mermaid legs because they're not legs.
Right. What do you call that? Is it just a tail?
A mermaid half costume or a mermaid.
I don't know. Fins? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a big. Hey, Jeff Sire in Canada, let us know your thoughts. What do you think, buddy? Should it be tail?
Or mermaid pants.
Mermaid pants.
Mermaid pants.
I like that.
I would think tail, but that means your whole bottom half of your body is all tail.
Yeah.
The whole thing. I mean, the whole thing that she showed us. She brought her iPad and was showing us designs. Super cool. She also does. She's done some Spider-Man costumes, and so of course I'm super like, oh, I want that. I want like a Spider-Man custom made like bodysuit. Super cool. Anyway, so Stephanie and Kurt were awesome. Mike BC showed up. And then Lesarge and his new wife Raquel came.
Oh, very nice.
And it was fun. It was good to see them. They just got back from a trip to Barbados. He's in the chat room right now. Really, really cool. Like it was a really great event. And I only played one thing. I went and played Kiss Pinball for a little while with Don and Rishi B.
How'd that go?
It was great. Everything was open play except for a Stranger Things pinball machine and bubble hockey.
Okay.
And everything else was open play, and that's the only thing I played in this really cool giant barcade. I was just so busy talking to everybody and hanging out and chatting with folks. I think I was there for about 4 hours.
That's probably the better thing to do, is to hang out with everybody.
I think it is the better thing, right? Because exactly, you can't really concentrate if you're trying to get your ship captured in Galaga.
Right. What are you gonna do? Tap your wrist and go, okay, guys, this is enough talk. I gotta go
Exactly.
play joust. Yeah.
I gotta go see an ostrich about a buzzard.
No, that's awesome.
So the next morning, Don and I went up to Fado Irish pub in downtown Chicago. We had an Airbnb in the south side of Chicago, and if you've seen Shameless,
I have, yes.
Yeah, that's about the area that we were living in. It was a little on the this area is probably not one I'd want to walk around.
Little sketchy.
Late at night. Little sketchy, but the Airbnb was great, and it was a couple blocks from the L station, so we walked over there in the morning, got on the L, went up to Fado and watched English Premier League soccer.
Yeah.
And Don ended up getting, some biscuits, a side of biscuits, and they gave you 3 of these biscuits. They're really big, so he saved one of them because he only needed 2, wrapped it up in a napkin. As we were walking around later that day, he's like, well, I'll save this, and I'll just give it to a homeless person if they need it. So we were walking around, and a homeless guy is saying, oh, hey, you got anything? Can you help me out? And Don says, oh, are you hungry? I've got a biscuit. And it's wrapped up. First thing the guy says is it warm?
What? They get to be picky? No. No.
Really?
That doesn't
really,
work
dude?
that way. No. Is it warm?
Is it warm? Do you have any gravy?
I mean, right. Could you send this back? It's not quite crisp enough. Like, come on.
Oh, man.
I mean, whatever. Everybody deserves whatever respect they should get. And if you got something warm for them, great. But I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know if you're just going to turn that down because it isn't warm. Come on.
I guess beggars can be choosers.
I guess so. He looked that gift horse right in the mouth.
Jeez, yeah, exactly. I'm talking about being far away from what I'm used to in Colorado here, Mexican restaurants. So we went to breakfast yesterday morning before the flight, and ordered a breakfast burrito. And I said, "Oh, can I get that smothered?" And the waitress looks at me and goes, "With what?" She's like, then she says, "Gravy?"
Yeah.
No, I don't want smothered with gravy. Do you have any green chili?
Yeah.
Well, we have salsa in the fridge. I could pour that on. It's like, oh, great. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Take a nice, fresh, hot breakfast burrito and then dump a bunch of ice cold picante sauce, paste picante sauce all over it.
Oh,
That'll be awesome.
There's nothing better in this world than cold picante.
I would just J.K. Grammar. I wish I would have thought to say what she said. With what? I should have said kisses.
Yeah, kisses. Smother it in kisses.
With kisses.
This happens when I ask for fry sauce anywhere else but Utah. They all look at me like,
oh, really?
You mean ketchup? We got ketchup. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Like, no, it's like pink sauce. Pink sauce? What the hell's that? They don't know what it is. I've never done heard of it. Unless you go to
the Weight Watcher points on a smothered burrito. I don't care.
That's the level we're at. Is you don't care.
Because they didn't offer a breakfast salad, so I don't care. Whatever. I did so much walking this weekend. I feel like I did pretty well.
I just spilled tea all over my front.
I saw that. That was funny.
Yeah, it's really worked out great.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, you're back and you're well
and healthy.
No, was the plane full of mask people or what?
No, I didn't see anybody on the plane with masks either going out or coming back. However, both trips, and I left on a Friday and came back on a Sunday. Big travel days for people.
Yeah.
Both planes were about half to 75% full.
Yeah, that was
I
going to be the
had
big
no
difference.
problem getting in an exit row, even being in the second boarding group, and got a window in an exit row. Nobody sitting next to me, either out or back. So
Yep, I heard that would be a very obvious change, as people would see way less people. Well, I mean, the airlines have been saying it. They've been like warning people that our we're having a problem. Also, the best deals on the planet are happening right now on plane travel, which drives me a little crazy. I understand there's the whole issue of, supply and demand. I get it. I understand how it works. But when people fly less and a ticket that was going to cost me $280 round trip is down to 60 round trip, start to wonder if they're not taking advantage of demand when there's demand there.
yeah. Oh, you're able to do that the rest of the time. Okay, good. Huh? Interesting.
Yeah, I don't like
that
that. Not
sucks.
one bit. But anyway, well, I'm glad. That's the best kind of travels, when there's less people in a plane. I like that.
Absolutely. Yep. Nice and easy. Nice, fun trip. We didn't win, but you know what? We had a great time, and everybody contributed. We had all the questions that came up where we had to collaborate. We did such a great job of sussing out answers that individually we wouldn't have been able to come up with, but
gotcha.
together came up with it. So great time. And the Geeks Who Drink guys put out another great competition.
Would you say that you guys were able to stop, collaborate, and listen? Did that happen?
We absolutely did that. Sakbadigan. That's right. I keep forgetting that Sakbadigan is a quizmaster. Round 3 was a blast. That we had a round where underneath our chairs, one chair in each table, there was a bag of Scrabble tiles.
Oh, cool.
And we had to, there were 84 Scrabble tiles in there, and I think they were all regular Scrabble value, right? Like, in other words, a C was 4, just like it is in the regular Scrabble game.
Right.
84 tiles in there. We got 8 questions, and each of our answers had to use those Scrabble tiles. We had to use each tile exactly once. So basically, once we put an answer together, we had to leave it up there on our and then transcribe it onto our paper, obviously.
Sure.
And the total value of every answer had to be 23.
Oh, cool.
And the first question was, who starred in the movie the number 23?
Oh, no way. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And when you spell out Jim Carrey in Scrabble tiles, it costs, or it gives you 23 points.
Shut up.
How crazy is that,
Who
right?
figured that one out? That's insane.
I don't know, but I figured that had to be the genesis of that question. Is somebody figured out that if you play Jim Carrey as a Scrabble answer, it's worth 23 points.
It's funny how you would even come up with that. Like how you'd even come to that answer. Like were you just sitting around one day going, well, it's a movie with a number in it, and then the actor in it, and then you got to narrow it down to whoever has the name right. That's just crazy to me. Right.
So, of course, with the whole Michael Jordan connection to Chicago, there was a whole round about 23, and so that was great. It was such a good round.
That's awesome. I'm glad you had a good time, man. That's it's good that not only did you have a good time, you placed well. I mean, considering the size of the thing. You guys are 2014 champions. I remember that.
2014 and 2008? No, 2011. 2011 and 2014 champions.
Not bad. I think there's a future where you're champions again. I can feel it.
I'm hoping. Maybe it'll be Austin. Austin is next year, middle of February, and looking forward to going. I think Tina will go this time.
Oh, nice. Austin, eh? Is it around the same time of year?
It'll be in the middle of February, right around basically the Saturday before Valentine's Day.
Okay.
It'll be February 13th.
All right.
So if you're thinking about going,
I wouldn't mind watching one of those live. It sounds like fun. I've never.
It's such a blast. And if they have spectators.
Do they do that normally?
They didn't this year. Normally they do. Normally they do sell spectator tickets. This year, I think because of the layout of the venue, there wasn't a place to put spectators where they wouldn't be right in among the teams.
Gotcha.
And since spectators can have their phones out, it would be really easy for them to help a team that happened to be sitting right next to them. So
were they did they live stream this or anything, or could anyone see it?
No. And they need to live stream it, even if there's like maybe a 10-minute delay, so that people can't like text somebody an answer on their wrist saying the answer is Ipswich Clams, clams.
Always the answer is Ipswich clams.
Oh, every answer is Ipswich clams.
That's very cool. I hope they do that, or at the very least, next year's has a spectator thing, because I think I wouldn't mind seeing that. You talk so much about it, and it always sounds fascinating to me, and I would be terrible in it, but I would like to see the competition of it.
You know, but even if you played, you'd have a blast. I imagine we could probably get a Frog Pants team
Oh, Lord.
that, you know, whatever. If they don't even come in the top 100, you guys would have such a great time coming up with the answers and seeing the questions and stuff like that. It's just so well done.
Anybody can enter? It's like
Anybody can enter. You don't have to qualify. The only qualification is spending the $50 a ticket or whatever it is per player.
Is there a cap though, where they're like, okay, we can only take so many teams, or I mean, obviously there is at some point.
Yes, they cap it off at whatever the number of whatever the venue can hold. So Vegas could hold 250. They did 250 last year. The Aeon Ballroom at the end of Navy Pier could only hold 233. So that's where they capped it off.
All right. Very nice. Well, congratulations, Mr. 5%.
I hung out for a little bit with Brad Rudder too.
Oh.
Jeopardy champion Brad Rudder, who didn't do so well in the Greatest of All Time tournament a couple of years ago or last year, but of course is one of the best players of Jeopardy ever.
Oh yeah, he's
up there with Ken Jennings and Holzhauer.
It's like three of those guys that are just like nonstop awesome.
Yep. He's one of those three.
Jennings is the all-time, right? Didn't he get it? He got the all-time.
They it depends on what record you're looking at. Most days one was Jennings. Most amount of money one was Brad Rudder. Or no, single biggest day score was Brad Rudder. Oh, I can't remember what their three. Each of them have a different record.
Let's see. I'm trying to find, because I thought he was awarded some title with this last competition where they had their big showdown.
Jennings has the
here
74 wins.
January 15th of this year, Ken Jennings is crowned Jeopardy greatest of all time. Let's see. This is official. Wait a minute. Let's see. Yeah, Jeopardy the show. I didn't see this. I wanted to see this, but he got the trophy and the title best of all time because he won the fight with those other two dudes. Mm-hmm. Who are the other two dudes? Hold on. Is it
James Holzhauer and Brad Rudder? Yeah. So Ken Jennings has won 74. His streak was 74 games. He has the record. James Holzhauer was only able to do 32 games last year. Ken Jennings also has the highest winnings in regular season play, 2.5 million. James Holzhauer has the highest single game winnings, 131,000. He actually holds the top, every spot in the top 10 for highest.
Wow.
Single game winnings, but Brad Rudder has the all-time winnings, highest amount of money won, almost $5 million from Jeopardy.
Wow, look at that, including
tournaments and things like that. So,
well, congratulations to all three of them.
Brad Rudder's team was right next to ours, and so afterwards, I had met him at Tacona a few years ago, the trivia championships in North America in Vegas, and so just walked up, said, "Hey, I don't know if you remember me from Tacona." And he's, "Oh yeah, of course I remember." I was like, "Yeah, you say that to everybody, probably."
So Wayne, is Brad Rudder the guy with the beard or the other guy with the sweater?
He's the guy with the beard. Nope,
okay,
he's the guy with the beard.
All right, that's cool.
Yep.
I wish my last name was Rudder.
Rudder.
I don't know why. Sounds cool.
It does.
Anyway, well, great. This is all good.
Yeah. So it's a good time. Thanks, Chicago, for being so awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Chicago. You're a hell of a
here's
town.
A quick recommendation. If you're going to have Malort, we had Malort after Saturday night, after the competition was over. We walked back into downtown Chicago, went over to Tommy O'Toole's. If you're going to have Malort, don't do it on the night that you're going to lose an hour anyway, because you might attribute it accidentally to the Malort and say, "I don't even know what happened in the last hour."
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Malort.
Wow. Is Malort's hardcore then, I take it?
Malort is that hardcore, really bad tasting alcohol that people have described as tasting like pencil shavings and desperation.
That's terrible. Those are terrible things to taste like.
And that is the pencil shavings is not, it's not inaccurate. It's very similar to it. Like it has a weird earthy taste to it that's horrible.
Here it is, introduced in the 1930s and long produced by Chicago's Carl Jepsen Company. In 2018, as its last employee was retiring, the brand was sold to CH Distillery of Chicago's Pilsen neighborhood. Let's see, 70 proof, introduced in the 1930s by Carl Jepsen.
Carl Jepsen.
That's great. That's great. It's got some history.
If you ever wanna find a great article, Chicago Magazine a couple years ago did the what Malort tastes like, and it's people's reviews. Like John Hodgman says pencil shavings and heartbreak. Nisi Lounge in Wrigleyville says Malort tastes like fertilizer, except it doesn't grow on you.
Oh wow, that's some shade there. That's what that is.
And it's
Well,
horrible.
it was introduced in the 30s, so we have to do this by law.
1930, 1930, 1930, 1930.
There you go. That's the rules.
go.
I don't make the
All right,
rules.
anyway.
I don't make the rules. I have to play that when I have to play it. Quick note here. Put up a new Fred and Can this morning. It is a bit of a shock to some. Turns out Fred's trying his hand at YouTube channel making.
A YouTube cooking channel. Good for him, man.
If you want to know more, head on over to fredandcan.com and you'll see the latest where Fred is trying to make his mother's famous morning muffins. And unfortunately, there's a certain ingredient in there that, well, he just can't use. So go check it out. That's fredandcan.com, and it's available as an RSS thing. So if you want to get it that way, you can. You want to get it in the email, that's an option. You want to just check the site out, that's cool. It's also on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere else. So go
Rusty
check
Nell
it out.
says, does Free Hotel Room earn royalties from this issue, Fred and Can? I don't think
No.
Free Hotel Room came up with this idea.
No, I've yet to use a free hotel room concept for anything I've done for anything ever. So, I mean, not that I won't. It may, if he has some brilliant pop off one day and just like, oh my gosh, that's a great thing. I'll even give him a name credit. I'll put it in the comic. I'll put down
Absolutely.
there, joke by free hotel room.
Sure.
I'll do it. Don't think I won't. But so far, let's just say, keep workshopping it there, Bob. Let's just say that.
Yeah. There you go.
No offense. All right. Let's get Brian Dunaway up in it.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can't give away some prizes today. That's always a fun time. Let's see here. How does that work on my end? I always forget. There we go. Okay. The number you're going to want to call in a moment is 801-471-0462. And this is our theme music, and off we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new segment. No, it's not new. It's called Bable Royale. We've been doing it for a long time, and we have a good friend with us who does it with us. His name is Brian Dunaway, and he's here right now. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hello.
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 How are you guys?
It's you. Hey, it's good to have you on here on a Monday. It's also Boop Day, so happy Boop Day, everybody.
Boop
We do
Day.
a little Boop Day later in the show, or later in the day, which would be great. We'll talk about that.
Also, Poop Day, totally unrelated.
Oh, you wait till
Day.
Mondays, do you?
Poop and boop.
Yeah, poop
Right.
and poop and
Don't
boop.
do them simultaneously, please.
No. And don't. The podcast is not poop, and the poop is not boop. Anyway, hey,
But it can be a game.
it can be. It's good to have you here. We also have a listener on the line who is already called and locked in. Let's find out who this is. Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Scott. How are you?
I'm good. Who's this?
This is Paul from Canada.
Paul from Canada.
Paul from Canada.
That's fantastic. What part of Canada are you in?
Calgary, Alberta.
Ah, very nice. That's just right
Straight-
across the
almost straight
street.
up north from us.
Yeah, right across the street from Toronto is my understanding.
Can you see the CN Tower from there?
Yeah, it's great. No, you guys with your money with holes in it, you're the best. All right, hey, let's get right to it and see if we can award you some fun prizes today. Brian, let's explain the rules, the topic, and how and what he could win.
Will do. So I'm going to give Scott and Brian a topic. They're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives me a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win will go to the other player. Your job, Paul, is to predict who's going to come out on top based on what the topic is about. Today, you're playing for a copy of Project Warlock on Steam, as well as Okami HD. You'll get both of those from Steam if you
Ooh.
are correct.
That's not bad. Akami's an
Oh,
amazing
Kami.
game. Yeah.
Okami.
Okami. It's a really good
Silly
game, though.
Kami.
It's very good.
Cool.
Also, I didn't want to let it pass without you knowing that I noticed your boot. That was very good.
Thanks. I
Nice
like to slide those in.
Yeah.
This one comes to us. Today's topic comes to us from Clone Hot Dogs in our chat room. Real name is Michael. Ha! I've outed you, Michael. Your real name is Michael. He says, with all the noise coming from the stock market in the past few weeks, the term Dow Jones Industrial Average has been thrown around a lot. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is a stock market index that measures the stock performance of 30 large companies listed on stock exchange in the United States to gauge the performance of the stock market as a whole. Yeah, I do too. Can you name the 30 companies that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average?
Oh my gosh.
30 large U.S. companies. That's all you need to know.
Holy Moses, dude.
So 30 companies that make up the Dow Jones. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
That's right. 30 companies.
Not the
that make up
NASDAQ.
Dow Jones.
I'll
Not
go
the
ahead and tell you
NASDAQ.
right now, I'm probably not going to do as well as I would hope because I thought it was something different than that. I thought it was
Oh, really?
30 doesn't even sound like the right number. But okay.
I think if you take a stab at this, you guys will probably.
Oh, I'm sure I'm going to have some guesses, and I'm
Yeah.
sure a few of them are going to be correct.
Sure.
I'm just saying that 30 would not have been the number that I would have picked.
Well,
Exactly. All right. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Paul, hearing that glowing confidence level from Mr. Dunaway, as well as Scott, who do you want to go first, and who do you think is going to win this?
It's a tough pick, isn't it?
Scott to start and Scott to win.
all right. Yeah, throw it all in my lap. I like this. All right. Let's see if we can do it. Let's do it for Canada. All right. So if I'm starting, I think American Express is on there.
Yeah,
Oh,
American Express is
okay.
absolutely on there.
All right.
Financial company,
Great.
American Express. Joined in 1982.
Oh, been a while.
Interesting.
That's back when that guy was going blah, 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 blah. Oh, no, that was Federal Express. Never mind.
That was Federal Express. Yeah.
Right. How about the well, there's so many that are making me scared because some of them are tech companies and I'm like, when did they start and how does that
Doesn't matter when they started. You know, some of these are.
Oh, I know, but I'm just trying to figure out which place they would be at. So okay, how about I will go with Walt Disney, who is probably currently doing pretty good. Are they
Pretty good. Yeah, they joined in
pretty good.
1991. They are on the
91.
they're also on
I
the
would
New York
have.
Stock Exchange.
I would have thought
1991.
Yeah.
Would have thought earlier too, right?
Yeah. Totally would
But,
have. All right. Well,
it's
the,
not
That's
like
when they
they're
really
the-
started
it's-
getting. Well, that's really when they started spreading out and really getting out of movies, getting into TV and
diversity.
other things.
yeah, cable
Right.
was just kicking off, and yeah, all that stuff. You're right. Okay. General Electric's got to be on there.
Oh yeah,
G to the E.
that was the other one. I was gonna go with.
Yes.
What?
Hold on.
Oh, they have to be. GE
They
has
gotta
to
be. I would think they would have started the whole thing.
They're
Been
not
like,
on- they're not
we're
NASDAQ.
GE. We've done everything.
Has to be.
Well, hold on. I'm not seeing GE listed anymore in
Oh,
the
come on.
Dow
No
Jones
longer?
Industrial Average.
What?
Well, what
How
where
is
else
that
they
possible?
Be? They have to be there.
They are not in. Let's see here. I'm going to see. Yeah, they're not listed. I'm going to find here.
That's impossible.
26,
Did they-
had the
they get
longest
dropped
continuous
private?
presence on the index, beginning in 1907, ending in 2018. They are
Oh,
off
you are kidding me.
as of 2 years ago.
What? Where did they go?
What happened to them? Where did they
I don't
go?
know. I don't know. They're no longer in there.
Shit.
That's not. That's
Walgreens.
impossible.
Walgreens replaced GE, which had been a component of the Dow Jones Industrial Average since 1907.
Walgreens
Holy
replaced
Moses.
General Electric.
Yeah. They got majorly devalued, according to.
Wow.
That is mind blowing to me. I
So-
cannot believe that.
Wow.
I thought for sure you know, it's like, yeah, okay, give it GE. It's like, no.
I
would have done
That was
GE as
totally
well.
that was a throwaway. I mean, it was like such an easy one. I thought, and it would have been
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2.5.
Wow.
Oh my
2.5
gosh.
years ago. Here's
That
everybody
hurt
you
me.
could have said.
All right.
3M, Apple, Boeing, Caterpillar, Chevron, Cisco, Coca-Cola, Dow Inc., ExxonMobil, Goldman Sachs, the Home Depot, IBM,
Home
Intel.
Depot. Wait,
Yeah, Home Depot.
we're basing our success as a country on Home Depot.
Yeah, well, they tried to get it off there, but they couldn't find anybody. They tried to get it off the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Nobody was around to help them. Let's see, IBM, Intel, Johnson & Johnson. I would have expected you to get that
Yeah,
one.
I didn't think about
JP
that.
Morgan Chase, McDonald's, Microsoft, Merck & Company, Nike, Pfizer, Procter & Gamble, Travelers Companies, United Health Group, United Technologies, Verizon, Visa, Walmart, and then the aforementioned.
Is it a
Walgreens.
cap of 30? Like you can't go higher
they
than
cap
30?
it they cap it at these 30 companies that they can look at their successes and failures on the stock exchange and
Right.
come up with an average for the entire
Interesting.
industry, the entire stock exchange.
That's
That's
just,
not how I thought that part of it worked at all. Interesting.
yeah, I
was
have
totally-
no idea.
yeah.
It's like saying, how are video games doing? Well, let's take a look at how Activision, Blizzard, EA, and Ubisoft are doing, and
Sure.
then base the whole
Right.
thing on how those few.
I thought it
companies are
was
doing.
based off some kind of other statistic or something. That's amazing to
Yeah,
me. That shows you how little I know about it.
Yeah, neither of us are real stock guys at all.
And here I am, winner.
Yeah.
Winner with one
I know.
answer.
With one answer. I really thought this would go a little bit longer. I thought, all right, well, they'll get Apple and Microsoft and
Yeah.
Well,
You know.
the news segment thanks us for being so short. So Paul, we're terrible. I'm terrible. I feel bad. How do you feel? You feel all right? How do you feel?
It's all right. I would have guessed GE too. I've dealt with them a lot.
Yeah.
They're a huge company.
Yeah.
Feel like
see?
a solid guess.
That seemed so right, but so wrong. Well, poo on me. Next time you call in, I'm going to do way better, or at the very least, you'll pick the other guy. I don't know which way it'll go, but have a fantastic day and try again, won't you? All right. There goes Paul into the Canadian wilderness. Boy, that's a weird bummer. And
It
also,
is a weird
I'll
one.
tell you another one I thought was truth here that I was wrong about. I thought that the NASDAQ is where people like Apple and Microsoft would be.
That's what I thought too. That's where I was getting confused. But this is something
Sure.
totally different.
Yeah.
that's the stock exchange that they're on. So there's the New
Yeah,
York
yeah.
Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. But this is just the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So it's just the index that they use.
But the NASDAQ is like just tech stocks, right? Or do I have that all in my head wrong? I must have
It's
wrong.
primarily
It
tech
is,
stocks,
because-
right?
Yeah, because it's on this list: Apple, Cisco,
Right.
Intel, Microsoft, and Walgreens is on NASDAQ.
Right. Because don't they have to go through a sorting hat kind of thing? They're like, oh no, you go to the.
Okay, so NASDAQ,
This
of
one,
course, is
NASDAQ.
the
It
top.
is funny, but everybody on this list that's tech, or I'm sorry, like you said, Apple, Cisco, Intel, Microsoft, all NASDAQ, but then so is Walgreens, which
Yeah.
I would not consider
Right.
a tech company.
Right.
Although you can get a USB cable there, so there's that.
There is that. Yeah. Can't get that
Right
at Home
next
Depot.
to heating pads and baby
Things that
aspirin.
people without money don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Today on
I'll say this. Even if so, I've got a small little 401k thing that I just carried over the years that's still in. Is
get
being
it out of
managed.
GE if it is.
Well-
Oh gosh.
I mean, you may want to get it out of everything because as of today, it may be worth nothing. But we'll see. They actually halted trading today, which they hardly ever do unless something
wow.
really drastic is happening, and sadly, something drastic seems to be happening. So
Yeah, I would say Pfizer would be a good one to invest in right now.
yeah,
Right,
Pfizer,
right.
they're gonna have all the money.
3M that makes
mask.
3M masks.
Yeah. 3M
Exactly.
mask,
3M
yeah,
masks.
Yeah. Who else? What else can we do? You can soak your feet in Coca-Cola. That's my way of getting people to buy Coke.
Yeah, sure.
So do that, and then
Well,
watch.
Coke Zero. but not Coke Zero.
Coke Zero, right?
That'll kill the bacteria. It'll kill everything.
That's right. Well done. Hey, look, later today, Brian Dunaway and I will not talk about the stock market at all. We'll talk about video games because they're fun and throwaway and not important to mankind.
Throw away.
Well, it's.
my entire life, Scott.
I mean, it's a
You
lot.
just throw away my life.
I'm not going to throw away your life. In fact, I'm going to embrace your life. We're going to talk about it today at 3:30 Mountain Time right here at frogpants.tv. Please tune in. Or if you'd rather, you can get the podcast. That's the whole point of it. The podcast comes out later, right after we record. And we got lots of stuff to talk about today. And I can't wait. It'll be great. Dunaway, any final words before I kick you out?
Hey, man. Could you get me some hand sanitizer?
No,
I
it's
can't
all
find
gone.
any.
It's gone. It's gone. Although, by the way, so no problem getting toilet paper on Amazon. And it's cheap. You just get it. It's not a big deal. I don't know why everyone thinks toilet paper's out everywhere, but if you need some toilet paper, you just get on Amazon to do it. Now, if you're trying to get,
I think the thing is that there is so much abundance of already made toilet paper that we couldn't even hit a dent in the current
stockpiles. Our worldwide
because
stockpiles of toilet paper are through
I have
the roof.
a feeling. Yeah, I have a feeling they have like warehouses full of that shit tissues.
well,
They
that's a good term you used there. It was just
Yeah.
perfect for our conversation. I have
It's the morning stream.
I have a I have a news story today that's totally tied to that. So I'm glad you brought that up. Hey, it's Brian Dunaway, the Brian Dunaway on Twitter. Stay out of trouble. See you next time. Okay.
Cool.
That was great. All right, we are literally going to do the news, so let's do it right now.
Hi, breaking news.
Brian, it's the news brought to you by whom?
We have hats on the store. TMS hats. Scott, give us the details.
All right, so here's the details. For those who don't know about this, TMS has just made a couple of hats. One's a beanie, one's a cap. Yeah. And I'm pulling up the site. There we go. All right, so you can see this on your screen, chat room. The cap version says TMS The Morning Stream right up front. It's a black hat with white lettering. Super cool, super gangster. I'm going to pull this up here. So it's
Black hat. Oh, no.
Why isn't that showing up?
You're going to totally be black hat when you wear that. Do we have white hat?
Crap. Stupid. My computer's being dumb. All right, there we go. Available now. You can go add that to a cart and go for it. It's a very nice cap, and we got a pair coming to us as well, Brian, so we'll watch for that.
Woo, yay.
TMS beanie is similar, except it's got the logo down on the brim part of the beanie there that you put around your head. Perfect for those beanie-wearing beanie heads.
Right. Keep your head warm if you live in Chicago especially.
That's right. If you want to find this, it's super easy. Go to frogpants.com/store, and you will find the TMS goodies there today. They are up and available.
Super cool.
Yep, and they're going pretty quick already, even without us announcing it, so you want to get on this if you want them, because I don't know if we have an unlimited run.
Yeah.
So if
the
you want
baseball
it,
cap
get it.
is adjustable, right? Like it'll fit large heads as well as small heads.
Right. That's the other thing is it will fit my head and others. Or it will fit up to my head, which is
one size fits Johnson.
Yes, which is a big deal if you know how stupid, fat, and big my head is.
Exactly. If it fits your head, it'll fit every head.
That's right. And they have the actual dimensions on the site, so you can see all that stuff. Nice. And the beanie will fit anybody, so go for it. All right, Brian, let's get into it here.
I just love this first headline. I love it.
It's
love
pretty good.
Scott.
San Antonio woman's bag of hot Cheetos filled with regular Cheetos instead.
Oh, the humanity!
I know. Why did we go with such a dark story to start with? I mean,
wow,
this is hardcore.
This just in.
Yeah,
we interrupt this newscast to bring you some breaking news.
It says here,
San Antonio's woman's bag of hot Cheetos filled with regular Cheetos.
Yep. Best part of it is this first paragraph. Imagine getting a flaming hot Cheetos bag craving, securing a bag for yourself, only to open it and find just regular Cheetos. That cheated Cheeto feeling is what happened to Ashley Garcia last week. She said she bought a bag from a vending machine at her last job last Tuesday for $1.25. Boy, that stuff's gone up, hasn't it? Out of a machine. Yeah. That seems like a lot. Anyway, after shaking the bag up some, hoping to find the red dust that makes the spicy version of the chips so great. Chips? Jeez. They're not chips.
Yeah, it's snack. Yeah.
I wouldn't call them chips.
But I never thought about doing that. Like if you get a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos out of a vending machine, first thing you do is shake it so that it spreads the dust over all the Cheetos evenly.
Yeah, because who knows how long it had been sitting there just stagnant and not doing anything.
Exactly. That little spring thing doesn't do much of a job of mixing up your red dust on your Cheetos.
Yep. Here's her freak out reaction. She says, my first thought when I opened the bag, grabbed one and saw that it was in my hand, and I went, what the ... I looked inside the bag and shook it around to be sure, and yep, there were cheesy Cheetos, she said, and then I thought, you've got to be kidding me! She was really upset. This really got her. The gypped snacker. Is that still okay to say? Gypped? I don't think you're supposed to say that.
I don't think you're supposed to use that phrase anymore.
Yeah, or somebody doesn't like it.
MySanAntonio.com. Yeah, exactly.
Somebody doesn't like it. The gypped snacker, I'll read it as they wrote it. Didn't eat the Cheetos. She laughed off the mishap and texted her siblings the photos. They suggested she contact the company on Facebook. This was too hilarious not to share with you guys, she told Cheetos in a message about the rare bag alert. I hate everything about this.
Yes, exactly.
Cheetos, replying as Chester, the company mascot, told her to contact customer service. I wouldn't trust that guy. You kidding me? He's all methy and skinny and weird looking.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you contact customer service about your Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I mean, it sure sounds like like the first thing she did is not go, oh my God, I'm so going to post about my outrage on Twitter and Facebook and blah, blah, blah. It sounds like at least the way that she's phrasing it to this article is, oh, friends coaxed me into like letting the company know about it. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. I would have just said, oh, I don't need any internet fame or unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't need any attention. I just want to do right by the company.
I'll just go buy another bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. What?
Can't be. Anyway, she said, Cheetos says they're going to start an investigation. Because here's the problem. I look at this from the logistics of it.
Right.
In theory, if one bag is wrong, there's probably a bunch of bags that are wrong.
I think the whole batch would be wrong.
And you got to find that out because that's bad.
So now there's going to be a total recall on, on on Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Is there a way that we can use this to help stop the spread of the coronavirus? Like, is there like some use of non-flaming hot Cheetos in a flaming hot Cheetos bag that we can use?
No,
to stop the spread. Can we put the bags over our heads to stop the spread of the disease? I don't know. I don't know what we can do.
I don't know either, but there's something there. I think you're right. That's American ingenuity, Brian, at work.
It is, exactly.
Very nice. All right. I got to skip this one just in case we don't get to this other one I have to do today.
Sure.
15 ways to wipe your butt when the toilet paper is all gone. Okay.
I had to look at the bottom and see BuzzFeed, but no, it's not BuzzFeed. I'm amazed that this is not BuzzFeed.
Nope. This is urbansurvivalsite.com. 15 ways to wipe your butt when the toilet paper's all gone. It's been said that toilet paper will be
on the bus, Gus. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy.
Just set yourself free. Who did that? Hold on, don't tell me. Simon and Garfunkel.
Nope.
Paul Simon.
Just Paul Simon.
Okay, they were broke up by then.
Yep.
It's been said that toilet paper will be worth its weight in gold after the shit hits the fan, says this article. Yeah. I don't think that's far from the truth. Toilet paper is a modern luxury. I'm going to do it in that voice because that's how this makes me want to. The people tend to take for granted until the moment they reach for it and find nothing but a cardboard roll. When that happens, they would gladly pay top dollar for a few squares. I can only spare a square.
I can't spare a square.
I love that episode. Yeah. You've been there, of course. All you have to do is waddle around the house until you find some... No one does this. I'm sorry, but if I sit down on the crapper and there is a empty roll there...
Yeah.
I go find the paper before I go.
You do? You're smart enough to look at the roll before you start doing your business.
Yeah. Otherwise, who does?
We have the problem that we have a cat that likes to go crazy on the toilet paper roll if it's exposed. So we have an industrial strength blue plastic container that our toilet paper sits in that's got a clear cover on it, a clear blue cover on it, but you don't see it until you're right in front of it, and the blue tint makes it so you might not notice it. However, Tina's really good about making sure that there's always a spare roll in the cabinet next to it.
Yeah, that's what you need.
However, if Tina didn't do that and she wasn't home and I couldn't just yell into the other room, Tina, bring me toilet paper. I'd probably just call Postmates.
Yeah, just call Postmates. Have them do it. They'll bring it to your house.
Yeah, totally.
But will they go through the front door and into the bathroom and hand it between the little gap that you've created between the door and you?
I can remote unlock the front door.
Oh, okay.
And just say,
just walk it in. To go to your left. Okay, now you're just right in front of me. Now hand it in.
I guess if Tina's not home, it doesn't matter, right? Because nobody else is home now, so it's just me and Tina and the dog and the cat. So I could waddle down to the to the pantry and get a fresh roll.
It's the waddling part I most disagree with.
It is yes, exactly.
I don't like it.
What are you going to do?
Anyway, here are these other ways, okay? So this is the whole point of this is that I'm going to now share with you
15 things you can use.
The 15 other things that are possible in your life. Here we go.
Okay.
Number 1, paper. So newspaper, phone books, notebook paper, printer paper.
It's a very good use for phone books these days, by the way.
Yeah. Also, serious lacerations and possible hospital visit because now you've got a destroyed anus.
Yeah. I mean, I'd recommend if you end up using newspaper, take the sheet of newspaper, crumple it up, then unfold it, and crumple it up again, then unfold it.
Yep.
You know, do that 4 or 5 times, make it
Absolutely. Get that fiber, all flayed out. That's the way you do it. Brian is 100% correct on that. And you can get away with that with printer paper too. You just got to crumple it, uncrumple it, crumple it. Do that like 5 times.
Yep.
You'll be good. All right, wipes.
Sure, baby wipes.
Yeah,
or,
but you can't put it in the turlet though. It'll clog it.
There are some flushable wipes that you can use.
That's true.
They say flushable on there. They break down.
Kleenex. That to me is a no-brainer because
that'd actually probably be the first thing I'd go for. That actually should be at the top of the list.
Well, I've heard people say that the reason there's this run on toilet paper isn't because that everybody's afraid they're not going to have toilet paper in a pandemic. They're getting it because they want to use it as Kleenex.
An alternative to Kleenex if they get the virus in there snotting all over the place.
Yeah, you take a roll and you go, lay on the couch and you just keep your roll with you, right? That's what I heard. Yeah. Let's see. Less common alternatives. A sponge. They did this in Roman times, I guess.
Did they? I guess so. Weird. Yeah. That feels a little too non-disposable for me.
I agree. It also says this: damp sponges, like the kind you're using, in the kitchen, are already breeding grounds for horrible bacteria. So if you want to use this thing, you better soak it in bleach or.
Yeah, and it better not go back to the kitchen.
Yeah, ever. Don't do that.
I don't care how far you bleach it, alcohol, soak, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Never again.
Okay, how about this one? Number 5. Yeah. A rock. Not the rock. Dwayne Johnson's not going to wipe your butt. But it says not any rock.
Also lacerations will occur.
It says you have to find a smooth but not sharp rock that, like the one in this picture, they show this big flat rock. It's like a skipping rock. And you just do the scrape method like they used to do back in the days. Yeah.
What? So you have access to rocks, but not to toilet paper?
Well, I mean, you could just go outside and get one, right? In theory. You just go out and get a rock, and then when you rinse it off when you're done.
You could also go outside and get toilet paper at the 7-Eleven down the street.
It's true.
If you have the wherewithal.
Yeah. Well, the idea here is that imagine a world where it's all gone. There's no toilet paper left, and nobody's making it.
Okay, all right.
That's their thinking.
Well, we have a bidet, and if we didn't have that, I don't know. No toilet paper. For some reason, the bidet thing wasn't working, or we just have a bidet attachment on our toilet. But
yeah, let's say that all the water stuff.
Rock would not be this high on my list.
Oh, it'd be pretty low for me too. Yeah. This is 5th.
Exactly.
This is like halfway through the list, and that's just it's too much. Okay, how about this one?
We've got a little removable. We've got a removable shower handle thing, but I mean that would be a dire situation. Just like, okay, well now I've got to bleach the shower.
I know. And then there's a run on bleach, and then you can't get the bleach, and then you're screwed. Everything's bad.
Exactly.
All right, water. It says in many countries, toilet paper is unheard of, and instead people wash with water. To do this, you use a plastic cup and another pouring device. Fill it with warm water. Pour it into your cupped left hand, and do the necessary cleaning. Never shake that.
I don't see how that works at all.
Never shake that person's hand ever.
Yeah. I don't see how that works. Like, I have a handful of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 5. No, thank you.
Nope.
Never.
Nope.
Here's another one. Cloth.
This is how the coronavirus got spread in the first place.
That's right. That's right. That's where it came out. The whole thing. They don't. That's what they don't. That's what they don't want you to know.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
A cloth. A method is more accurately referred to as the family cloth, and it is used by people who are trying to be as frugal or eco-friendly as possible. Think of it as like people that use cloth diapers for their babies instead of disposables, right? Soft fabric sourced from old flannel diapers or nightgowns works best for this. But you can also use towels, washcloths, or even old t-shirts. Simply rip the fabric into suitable sizes, trim them with pinky shears to prevent fraying.
Rob from marketing gave me this toilet paper.
Yep, that's right. Plant leaves is number 8. Or no, I'm sorry, well, this is weird.
Oh, yeah, that should be number... Oh, well.
They're just inserting it there. I don't know why that's there.
Without a number.
Yeah, that's weird. Then they go on to corn husks. That's self-explanatory.
We've gotten our 10 items. What about plant leaves? Oh, shoot. Well, maple leaves is number 9, so let's just say...
Yeah, why did they... This is a bad article. All right, maple
Urban
leaves.
survival site.
Yeah, well done. If you're trying to survive on proper etiquette for making a blog post, don't go to this site. All right, maple leaves is there, and then they got mullein leaves. This is a growing or low growing biennial plant flourishing in dry and sandy soils. Its leaves are a fair size and coated with a soft fuzz.
Oh, I see what's going on here. 8 through.
Oh, these are all leaves.
All leaves.
Okay.
So
okay.
we need some more things to round out our list. Well, I was going to put leaves. Why don't we just talk about each individual kind of leaf you can use?
Yeah, I don't like it. Well, I'm skipping leaves. They're boring. Let's see.
Yeah.
It says a lot of these could be an irritant, so you have to be careful.
Lettuce.
Oh, there's one called the Devil's Club. They are covered in
not
sharp
use that
thorns.
one.
Yeah, don't use the sharp thorns. So anyway, it says there are several other types of leaves you could use, such as dandelion or hazelnut. But before you use them or any leaves mentioned here, make sure you have real-world experience identifying them in the wild. All right, this is great. That's going to do it for today's news. I'm glad I got that one in. Yeah.
Sure you got nothing else?
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Steven Schleicher has been lurking in the chat room. He'll be here. We're going to talk about an interesting aspect of conventions this year in particular. We'll get to that in a minute. And I think Daryl's around, but I haven't heard anything. Did we get an email? Let me check my email. Maybe we got an email. Don't know. Let's see. I don't see anything. Oh, I do. I see stuff. All right. Well, we'll bring him in and we'll see how it goes. All right. Before all that, a song from Brian, who will sing it now with his own accompaniment. It's not a song that he's going to play. He's just going to sing.
No, this is all by me, people.
Okay.
All by me.
Great.
So I'm going to play a song now from Morgan Harper Jones. She's got a brand new track called Lie to Me. And it's the second track on. Oh, this is the second track ever that she's released. This is really cool.
Oh, wow.
She's from Greater Manchester.
Manchester.
Here's probably what I'd compare it to. Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind when you hear this is going to be Hide and Seek by Imogen Heap. Who does that? What you say?
It was on that Garden State soundtrack. It's very good.
I was on the Garden State soundtrack. Jason Derulo sampled it for something he did. This is a really, really cool track. The song again is called Lie to Me. Here is Morgan Harper Jones.
You. Yeah, you. I want you to get your tail back to the casino. Stay locked in your room till I figure out how to get the heat off. If you rammed Butcher, he's gonna be all over us like a bad-looking woman.
I'm sorry about that, Sonny. I just figured a dead cop was more pressure than a hit and run, that's all.
Just get back to the hotel.
Okay.
Blood, sweat, semen, urine.
Americans can be very useful. This is the Morning Stream.
And we're back, everybody. It's true. Americans can be very useful.
They can.
Yep.
True story.
Been my experience as well.
True story.
True story. All right, we're going to get Steven all up in it and talk about delays, cancellations.
Yeah.
The nerd world is suffering from this stuff. It's kind of bad. Let's see. Pulling them in, hitting add. All right, let's do that. And while we do it, let's play this. It's Steven Schleicher, all the way from Majorspoilers.com and Major Spoilers Central. We'll call it that. That's a huge complex of multiple people who just do nothing but contribute to his fantastic blog and podcast network. Steven. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It's mostly Steven by himself and a couple of friends. Oh,
I think he's in the shower.
Oh, is that?
Oh no, I'm spraying some Lysol.
Oh, good, good. That's as good as wiping. I heard from this list.
Also hand sanitizer with 68% alcohol.
Oh,
there you go.
That's good. They say at least 40, right? Isn't that the thing?
No, 60.
60. Okay. Yeah, the stuff I have is 60 plus, and yeah, where I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever virus I need to get. Hey, here's the thing about stuff with this virus thing. It gets people pretty freaked out. But one of the things that we get to do here on the show is have a little bit of fun with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you have to laugh at it. You got to have some
Don't
fun.
think that I'm actually wasting Lysol because, man, Saturday my wife went to the store and I just texted her. I said, "So, how's the toilet paper section and the the disinfectant section?" She's like, "It's full, no problem."
Wow.
Then, oh wait,
Okay.
then Saturday evening, there was an unconfirmed case of the COVID-19 in Johnson County. I went to the store on Wednesday, and if people follow my Instagram, major spoilers, I took 2 pictures. One of the disinfectant aisle, totally wiped out. Another of the toilet paper aisle, mostly wiped out. Yet the paper towel aisle and the tissue aisle, completely stocked.
Oh, yeah. They get it in their heads that maybe it's the, I think it may be the roll format.
Maybe
Well, I
it
guess
was the
paper
Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, that's it. But I know like the paper towels are also in a roll format, right? But maybe there's something about having a small
tissue
roll.
paper is kind of a little too thin, I think.
Yeah, but plus the toilet paper is in a roll, and it's just you can take that anywhere. You toss one in the car because you're all having to leave. Like I don't know. There's something about toilet paper that's just
so. So here's a little insight into the Schleicher household. You mentioned buying the toilet paper on Amazon. I think you guys talked about this a couple of months ago. We get these giant sized rolls of toilet paper that look like a wheel, like a spare tire of toilet paper. And it's supposed to last you a month, and it does. So, yeah, get those. Those are great.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I like those ones in the you go to like a men's room in a mall or whatever, and they're like they like that,
but they're thicker.
Yeah, they're
it's
like
thicker.
But it's one of those bigger ones, right? Like a big.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, but those things are so cheap. They're transparent. They're
That's
horrible.
true.
at the gas stations. Ours, it's Charmin. It's whatever you're not supposed to squeeze.
Oh, yeah, that's Charmin. Don't
Other
squeeze the
people's
Charmin.
hands apparently right now.
Good stuff.
Well, anyway, we're just.
Oh, so hey,
Yeah,
guess what?
what?
The Emerald City Comic Con was supposed to take place this weekend.
Yeah, it's
canceled.
Not now, is it?
Wow.
No, it's really funny how this worked because like 2 weeks ago, the Emerald City Comic Con said, "Hey, look, we are working with Convention Center. We're going to make sure that there's more cleaning in progress. We're going to be taking care of this, no problem." And then the week after, like the Monday after C2E2, which I was also surprised there was not a bigger concern about that. Then a bunch of publishers started pulling out. Dark Horse, DC, Vault Comics, and a few others were like, "I'm sorry, we're not going," and we're telling all of our creators not to go either. Jim Lee even said, "You know what? I'm not going to go either." And then the very next day, in fact, I think it was Friday afternoon, Emerald City said, "Okay, look, we're going to cancel this. Anybody who wants their tickets back can have all their money back. We're not going to tell you to do this. Instead, we're going to postpone this until later in the year, later in the summer."
Oh wow!
And my guess is that show's not going to be rescheduled.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hard thing. Like GDC did a similar thing where they said we're delaying it till late summer, but people are like, "Where are you delaying? Like to what?"
Yeah,
and there's big questions about them even doing that. So it wouldn't.
Yeah,
wouldn't
it just
surprise
doesn't
me.
make
It's
sense
just-
because
just done.
the best thing would be, hey, if you want your money back, go ahead and request it, and we'll process it. Or you could just hold on to your ticket and use it when the show comes back on this particular date. But they didn't announce a date, and they said, if you don't have to contact us about refunds, we're processing them all right now. So I don't think ECC is coming back. I have a feeling that we have some other conventions that are coming up. The New York Comic Con should be rather interesting when that hits. And it'll be very interesting to see how this all plays out as we move to the San Diego Comic Con this summer. Now, in addition to the Emerald City Comic Con, South by Southwest was canceled.
Yeah, that was a big one, and again, right on the eve of it, like it's right around the corner, and then boom,
And the
done.
only thing that I can think of is that there are millions of missed opportunities going on right now. You said, "Oh, how will the nerd world survive?" Why isn't DC immediately saying, "Hey, we're going to be holding virtual panels. Come to our website on this day, and we'll be streaming this panel for you."
That would be brilliant. That'd be really brilliant.
They should,
Yeah.
they should do that
Instead
across the
of
board.
canceling South by Southwest, why hasn't Apple or Amazon or Hulu stepped up and said, "We're buying the streaming rights to all these movies that were going to be shown, and you will watch them for the next month, and then those rights will revert back to whoever wants to buy it."
Yeah.
They've totally missed opportunity. Now, for gamers, we don't have to worry about going to the store on March 20th to get the Animal Crossings, right?
Yeah.
Because we can get that stuff downloaded.
Sure.
Movies we can download.
Right.
So there are plenty of opportunities for us to continue our pop culture fun, but I see many, many, many more missed opportunities because people aren't looking to the web as much as they should.
Well, I think there's actually still time for one of the big streaming giants to announce that they're going to do a South by Southwest virtual tour of the stuff that they were going to premiere there. I think that can actually still happen. So I'm not convinced they won't. And I don't think logistically it's that difficult.
I don't think it is either, because everything is, if I remember correctly, everything is submitted digitally now to South by Southwest. So you don't even have, a film reel to
show. You don't have to ship around a film reel full of freaking celluloid. You can just go and show it. So I actually think there's still a chance there. And
I think somebody's going to stumble. They're going to miss an opportunity, just like everybody misses opportunities these days.
I guess so. I don't know. This one just seems too easy, but whatever. We'll see if they
Here's the negative side effect of whether it's Emerald City Comic-Con being closed or South by Southwest and some indie creator isn't able to show their stuff. The creators who go to the show and set up their booths, and that becomes a big part of their income for the year from selling prints or autographs or whatever it is, those people are getting no money out of this deal.
Yeah, they get nothing, right? Like I heard there was a little group of a bunch of them that are like, well, here's the thing. I can't cancel my flights or else I'm incurring huge fees. So I'm still going to Seattle. Anyone else want to hole up in a rented, small space in a hotel somewhere and we'll just jam.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that going on, I guess.
There is some of that. There's a lot of people that are setting up online stores to say, hey, if you wanted a commission, I've set up a virtual commission, or I've got my online store, please go purchase there. So if you were planning on going to the Emerald City Comic-Con specifically to see individual creators to buy product from them, reach out to them directly. I'm sure that they have something set up where you can purchase content from them over the internet.
Yeah, it's like
so I would really suggest people do that, because DC isn't losing money by not hosting a panel saying here's what's coming out next year. They're not losing any money from that. In fact, they're saving a ton of money.
Right.
But it's the creators who expect that income to help offset the cost of a trip or to help cover their next 3 months of rent. Those are the people that are going to hurt the most.
Yeah, and I've seen some posts from people saying Comic-Con or Emerald City Comic-Con got canceled. Unfortunately, my bank note did not. So please, consider supporting me this way, because if you were going there anyway and you were gonna, well, here's another way. And that's absolutely a cool thing you could do. Reach out and find those guys.
Yeah. So as we look to other conventions, the one that I'm most interested in, and I looked this morning, and they did release a statement this morning, is NAB, which takes place in the first week in April. They have said that they're going to continue the show, and they're just going to sanitize a lot more often. But that is a huge worldwide show, and I don't know. I'm not going to make big predictions, but I'm going to bet that show attendance is going to be way down.
If they're going to go, I guess it depends on what's the least financially precarious move for them. But when people pull out, especially presenters, exhibitors, whatever big names are tied to a show like that, that usually forces their hand, and they don't have a choice but have to. I mean, the reason the Emerald City Comic-Con canceled wasn't because they're truly worried about the virus. It was because big people weren't coming.
Yeah, and that's going to affect the draw, right? That's going to affect the number of people who want to come to those shows. But South by Southwest was like, no, we were working with the city of Austin and the Visitor Convention Bureau. They told us that we should cancel this, and so that's why we're doing that, for health reasons.
Yeah, I could see that. But in their case too, they had major pullouts. Like I think Facebook pulled out. And
Facebook, Apple. There's a huge list that pulled out. Ozzy Osbourne decided not to go.
Yeah, he's in the high risk group, man. You got to get him away from it. I heard his new song's kind of terrible, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
No, really?
Yeah, the thing he did with Post Malone's very good, but his new album, I think it's called An Ordinary Man or something. It's just a little, I don't know, I feel like I'm not sure about it. Anyway, just a side note. I had a Ozzy spate during the week where I listened to a bunch of old stuff, middling stuff, and then now this, and it's not great. It's okay. I'm sure some fans are going to be stoked about it. Anyway, so let's predict ahead a little bit. do you think? I mean, New York City Comic Con is when normally? What's the?
It's in the fall.
Do you think that
it's in October?
This is way too early to say whether any of those guys get affected.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, it is really way too early to see what happens, and I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, these things kind of die off in the summer," and that's generally true for most influenzas type stuff. That it will die off, although you still are going to see a lot of people that are sick. I would point to the flu epidemic of 1918, where indeed it did go down over the summer, but it came back in September, October with a vengeance.
Oh, yeah.
And went on to do some big damage. So we can't really predict, and really I would be hesitant to say anything about San Diego Comic-Con this early, but I think if we see what happens with NAB and we get to May and there's still no break in this, then I think we'll see some of these other big conventions say it's not worth the risk and hassle. In fact, Planet Comic-Con is coming up not this weekend, but the weekend after, I believe. They've said that it's business as usual for them. Now that apparently someone in the chat said that unconfirmed case is now a confirmed case in Johnson County, it'll be interesting to see if the show, and I would watch the Planet Comic-Con especially to see what they do this week. To see if they're going to change their policies or protocol. But they just said, hey, look, we're going to keep things clean for you. Come on down. We've got John Cleese coming. We've got all these other older people showing up to the show that you don't want to miss.
Or get here now before
older
the
people
virus
aren't
gets
afraid.
I guess.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it'll be interesting. I don't know if this. Let's say that if it has any sustaining power through the summer, and you're right, it normally, regular influenzas tend to die off. Who knows how virulent this is in the larger picture or anything, but if it's still going strong and everybody's still got concerns by, let's say July, I wonder if this isn't just the year that Blizzard has an excuse to cancel, just straight up cancel BlizzCon. I mean, they've done it before, but for other reasons, like we have a very busy year in 2012, or in 2006, they had a very busy year, and so they didn't do them then. I wonder if there's any pressure on them to, I don't know. This is too early to say, right?
It's too early, but really, honestly, if convention people are concerned about, maybe it's not the convention people, but if publishers and people that were hosting panels are scared of going and are pulling out, man, take this stuff virtually. Even if you have to sell a virtual ticket, there's so many easy ways to do that these days. In fact, I've even said that if there's any publisher that would like to do a virtual panel that was scheduled at Emerald City Comic Con, I'll be happy to do it on our own Twitch channel.
Yeah.
Come in and we'll set it all up and we'll Skype in or Discord in all of your panel presenters, and we'll just run the panel that way virtually, and it'll be open to everybody.
Yeah, just do it's like a Nintendo Direct, but for everyone. Everyone just do it. This is the year to do that, to try it out. You know what, Comic-Con in San Diego, this is your year to actually test out a virtual ticket. It doesn't mean you have to even do one next year. Just try it out, see how it fits. This way you're not, losing as much as you were going to lose. And I don't know. There's opportunities here, like you said.
Yes, there are. There are plenty of opportunities in this, even though this is not good news and we are having a little bit of fun with it. At the same time, you got to be looking for ways that you can turn this negative into a positive.
Yeah. See, look at that.
Unlike our 401ks, which are screwed.
Well, they are now. As of this morning, I think mine is, we're not a great time. Well, somebody, the president's son a week ago said, I would invest if I were you guys. I'd buy. Right now's the time to buy. And then if you had done that 9 days ago or whatever it was when he said it,
you'd be screwed.
You'd be so screwed today. So whoever took his advice, I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have done that. Eric's an idiot.
Yeah, you should have known better anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I have my sympathy only goes so far. All right. Hey, so there you go. Fantastic stuff having you on here, and I like the positive attitude. Let's go, you guys. Positives. Chin up.
Yeah.
Chin up. Make it happen. Also, there's lots of content and cool stuff happening virtually on majorspoilers.com. Anything else you want to mention to people?
Wash your face, don't touch your hands, and stay hydrated.
Oh, yeah, stay hydrated. But don't buy all the water bottles. Your tap water's still fine. But, yeah, stay hydrated. It's a good idea.
Don't touch your hands.
Bye, Steven. Yeah, don't touch your hands. There's that Futurama episode where Lur eats the stoner. He eats the hippie, and a hippie had pot in him, so now he's stoned. And he goes, "Ooh, my hands are so big." And then he says, what was the word? He says something like, "They can touch everything but themselves." And then he goes like this. He puts them together and goes, Oh, wait. It's one of my favorite moments in that show.
I need to go back and watch some of those. I think there's whole seasons I haven't seen of Futurama.
I am jealous of you because I would love to go.
Getting to experience those again for the first time.
Yes. Oh, man. That would be wonderful. All right. Time for Daryl.
in lieu of a theme song, we have
this. All right, we're gonna bring Daryl in. We're gonna talk to him. We're gonna see what's up. I am 2 episodes behind now on Picard, which makes me a bad fan.
I'm 1 episode behind, so good.
Last one I saw was the him in a French hat thing. That deal.
Eye patch.
Yeah, the eye patch episode, directed by the one, the only Jonathan Frakes. Still kind of a rotten episode. But anyway, hey, let's do this.
Hello, and welcome to Star Trek Adventure.
It's kind of fruity, isn't it?
Daryl, are you there?
Mr. Ibbett, you mean you're behind on Futurama still?
Yes,
he still. And yeah, I haven't watched a Futurama episode for years. And I know there were seasons I missed that I need to go back and watch.
How could you miss a season of that?
I know.
Because I'm too busy watching brand new stuff.
That's right. Busy guy.
Like
Got stuff to
Picard
do. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what, though? Just pop that on while you're working. It'll make you laugh while you're getting shit done. It's great.
Well, the problem is that when I'm working, I'm usually finding music for Soundography or Coverville or Guess the Connection or TMS.
True.
So
right.
Stuff that's visual, absolutely. Stuff that's audio, a little tougher.
Next time you're doing an ad for Billy Bob's Oldsmobile of Alabama, you put that on. Have that playing.
Okay, we'll do. We'll do. Perfect.
Daryl is here. He is the Trek nerd. He comes on Mondays and talks about Star Trek and the state of things in Star Trek. Right now we got, Picard in full swing. Almost, 3 episodes from the end of the season? Something like that. How are we doing there with that thing? You were pretty bummed about 2 episodes ago, but did they redeem
the
themselves?
one after that is, I would call it the best episode in 30 years.
Whoa! That's
so not last week's episode, but the week before, correct?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the one you saw. You've seen it, Brian. So you concur?
I would agree that it's really good. I don't know if I'd say I'm kind of looking at the whole season as a whole, but I think it was a really good episode, and I don't think I hated the previous episode as much as Daryl, but I don't feel like it was the strongest thing we've seen yet in that series.
Does this? Do we finally got Troy and Riker in there now? Is there?
I don't want to know.
Oh, you don't want to know. Okay, no, they're not there.
I don't want to know, but yes, now I know.
I mean, we know they're in there.
Everybody knew, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they were in the trailer. I knew they were coming at some point. I just didn't know when.
Sure took them long enough to pop their heads in.
Yeah, we got to keep you watching.
I guess so. Keep me hooked. Keep me on your service is what you're doing.
Put all of the former TNGers in the first episode, and then people are like, all right, guess we're done. That's all we need to watch.
Yeah, you got to spread your fan service around. That's true.
That's right.
So, Daryl, so the quality of the last couple, you have good feelings about how they're going to finish this? Or does it feel like it's reaching an important, are these good milestones toward a satisfying finish in your mind?
I think so. I think it's getting better each time.
That's good news.
So, yeah.
That's.
I'm not a fan of fan service, so the last episode, I didn't love it as much as most people, but it was still nice. I mean, how could you not love Troy? How could you not love certain people getting back together?
Yeah. But you can't unring that bell. That bell's already been rung. Yeah. Nice try, though. Thank you. I appreciate the attempt.
Genie's out of that bottle, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, here's a question, because every season or every series since, I guess that would just be Voyager. I guess you can't count Discovery, so maybe this is not even a thing. But it seems like ever since TNG, they found a way to bring Dwight Schultz into something and bring him into something and make what's his name on Star Trek. Barclay. They seem to get Barclay in there somehow. They wedge him in sideways. Do you think we're going to get a Barclay appearance?
No, I don't think so.
Dang
what? No.
Even as like a cameo, he brings a plate of broccoli to somebody, and it's a nice, funny joke, and they just, laugh him off stage. No?
That reminds me of a joke you haven't seen yet.
Oh, really? In the show?
It has to do with an animal.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me think. An animal.
Oh no, you won't guess.
I'm gonna guess it has something to do with that episode in TNG where they all turn into primal versions of themselves. Is it something to do with that?
No.
Okay, so Riker doesn't get all hairy and flip me off by the fish tank. That's one of my favorite images in all of Star Trek history. Chat room, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look for Riker flip off or bird.
Oh yeah.
Caveman or something like that. Just those words will get you there. And look for an image of Riker hanging out by the fish tank in Picard's office, and he's like a caveman, and he's got his bird out, and he's just holding it against the glass, and he's just completely flipping off the world. It's great. It's great. It's good stuff. All right. Does Riker sit in any chairs in the new episode? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I didn't even notice to look for that, but I didn't.
Okay, so we don't know about
that.
that.
It didn't jump out at me if he did.
All right, and he's got his beard still. Troy still lovely Marina Sirtis.
Yeah, and Marina Sirtis does a great acting job in here. She's
cool.
She must have been busy or going to acting school or something.
That's good. I wish we would have seen more things with her in it. Feels like she just kind of disappeared from everything but conventions after Star Trek ended. Doesn't seem like we saw much more. Although there is that movie.
She's had a lot of time in 2020 now.
Yeah. Well, there is that episode where there was some movie where she ran around topless. You guys remember this? This was a thing.
The whole movie where she ran around topless.
Hold on. What was that called? Hold on.
Bobby Franks found the middle finger thing.
Oh, he did? Good job, Bobby.
Yeah.
Marina Sirtis. Here we go.
Maybe you're thinking of a soccer match.
Please tell me you're Googling Marina Sirtis topless.
I found it. Oh, yeah, here it is. I don't want to go to that site. Hold on. Oh, yeah, there she is. In what movie is this? Doesn't say what the movie is.
My Buddy is the movie.
My Buddy. Hold on. Deanna Troi in. Yeah, they don't give me the name of the damn thing, but she's running around with her friends out, her two bald friends out. So there's that.
She's running around with her tens forward.
Yeah, but she covered up her gynon, so everything's fine. All right. That's terrible.
Wow.
That's terrible.
I'm
All right.
not going there.
Nah, we're not going there. All right. So, Daryl, what else? No, that's all I had. Do you have anything else? Oh, I know what it was. The thing, the show with the Michelle Yeoh in it, the spinoff from Discovery.
Oh, yeah.
When's that happening?
Section 31. It's still. Why do I hear an echo?
I don't know. You shouldn't.
Oh, now it's gone.
Okay.
It's going to be made. It's not. I don't know if they're in production yet. I don't think so.
But it's planned. We're doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm actually looking forward to that. I think that's going to be cool. I wanted that one to be kind of the hardcore track, like, sabotage. Sorry. And I wanted to have like knives and sneakiness and stealthy business and heisty episodes and stuff like that. That's what I want. Because you're gonna give me your you got Picard, which is like your retro good feeling, hey, we're gonna go back and fix things kind of show. You got Discovery, which is kind of your answer to prequel needs, okay? And then you got that other thing you were talking about, a new Trek with a new captain, possibly the Enterprise set post Picard. That's like your true Trek potentially. And then you got the cartoons. The only thing you're not filling here is some kind of edgy business. You need something a little more edge to it. And so I think Sector, what is it called? Sector, what is it?
Oh, yeah, Lower Decks.
No, the live action one, with the lady, with Michelle Yeoh. What's that called? Daryl, you just said it. What's it called? Wait,
Daryl,
you
there?
Oh, I got disconnected. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're here.
Oh, it is Section 31.
Section 31. That's it.
Section 31.
Yeah, when they do that, then we get the edge, right? You need the edge,
right?
The boot edge.
We get our drama. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Edge. What edge?
It'll be edgy, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you cut out, and so you didn't hear all that, but
you might not have heard
Yeah.
more.
yeah. I want edgy. I want like you won't like that. See, you're not an edgy
No.
Trek guy. But that's what I'm saying. You'll have all these other Trek things covered, potentially, and then you have the little edgy one. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that.
Hopefully it'll be something for everyone.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. Do you think they're working on a new cinematic universe? That eventually we're going
think-
to just go crazy with the Trek and the movies are going to happen again and all that?
I think so. I do.
All right.
Now, supposedly they're working on a movie again.
Right.
But it's not the Tarantino one.
No. Oh, and it's important to mention that Daryl, you say, no, I don't want edginess in my Trek, but Daryl likes edginess. He loves The Expanse. So,
well, is that edgy? That's just...
I mean, it's just a different world, and it's true to itself. So, what you're basically saying is, okay, you established a thing, now be true to that thing. And sometimes Trek veers from that. Yeah, I get that. But The Expanse spared no expense.
Spared no expense.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, very nice. All right, Daryl Skeels, everybody. He is the Trek nerd. You can find him on Twitter at that name, right? Right. You didn't change it. You didn't change that, did you? Did you? No.
No.
It's still
I'm
the same.
Still that, and I'm there.
All right. Well, check that out. Daryl, any final advice for the listeners before you go?
Always gaw your gaw.
Oh, my gosh. Don't do that. Gross.
Stay hydrated.
Gross. All right. Brian, I now present to you a mashup called Seasoned Banger.
Oh, God. Okay.
Don't remember that, but we're going to hear it and find out for ourselves. This is from Jamie. Enjoy.
If I was your girlfriend, I'd never let you go. It's a fun I don't
know that song, so I'm singing it.
Charlie says,
I'm a piece of shit.
If you don't bring me a Coke Zero, your punishment will be severe.
Carol.
Did you sign the birthday card that we're passing around?
Put $10 in there for Carol's present.
Give him a little bit of old double bubble.
There's Maria Sharpie labia.
Sharpanova?
Someone sharpied my labia.
The one here is Cox, and
You hate Cox.
We hate him.
Yeah, you hate Cox. Yeah.
We don't like Cox here, and so
Really?
it doesn't do the service that we would like.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Cox could perform better, and it chooses not to.
Yeah.
Dear Gary Larson, cows cannot stand up, smoke cigarettes, and say the word car when they see a car approaching. I'm the New South Wales Health Minister. Let me finish my meat pie and I'll try and stop those baboons.
As long as you're sorry, it's okay. You can go ahead and go.
You stole a 6-pack of Tuborg. You're going to the pokey, mister.
Faster you pedal, the faster your tank goes. Look, the guy's got to get his Pringles. How are you going to do it?
right.
You got to bamf for your Pringles is what you got to do.
Hold on, Kid Pride. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get some Pringles.
You made him very jaunty in your version.
Yeah, well, he's very jaunty in my world.
All right, I like it. I did that with a chicken sandwich, but I knuckled it. I didn't finger it. I knuckled it.
The chicken sandwich or the touchscreen?
The touchscreen. I didn't knuckle my chicken sandwich.
You didn't finger your chicken sandwich?
No, I did not. Chatham says Scott has 3 kids. He's a seasoned banger. Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
It only confirms that he's banged 3 times. So
Yeah.
you don't know if he's seasoned or not.
Right.
Yeah, how do they know it's
That's
more
all we
than
know.
3?
He might have a 100% success rate. We
Right.
don't know.
And how do you know for 2 of those I wasn't knocked out and someone extracted my seed?
I like how it's someone, too.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Who knows indeed? That's why I didn't remember. It wasn't here. It was on Core that we talked about it.
Yeah.
Seasoned banger. Fantastic. Nice job, Jamie. He's at TMS Mashups, by the way, on Twitter, and he's great. Makes good stuff.
He's good. He's very, very, very good. Pretty good.
I hear that season is so freaking laugh out loud funny. I need to catch up.
It's fantastic. Yes,
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
Couple of things are predictable. You see where something's going at the top of the show. It's like, oh, okay, this is how they're gonna wrap it around to bite him in the ass at the end of the show.
Yeah,
but
it's how they get there. They get the wins. Yeah, it's gonna be sad when that doesn't exist anymore.
I know, yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the show for you there, everybody. Big thanks to everybody for watching. Patreon.com/TMS is our way of supporting us, and just about to submit some new art for this month's artwork for those at that level, so looking forward to that. Got some good stuff for that. And you can find out details at patreon.com/TMS. For everything else, frogpants.com/TMS. And keep those emails coming. themorningstream@gmail.com is a great place to send those, and we look forward to it. All right, Brian, unless you've got anything else, you should play a song.
I've got nothing else, Scott. I got nothing else to give.
Great.
Well, I do. I have one last thing to give. So we lost Max von Sydow, 90-year-old Max von Sydow. The dude was in so much geek culture stuff that we love, like Flash Gordon, of course, Ming the Merciless. He was in that Star Wars Force Awakens at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. He was in Game of Thrones here recently.
Game of Thrones, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to play something tied to one of his other famous movies, specifically The Exorcist. He was Father Marin in The Exorcist.
Yep. Looked the same age then that he does now, even though he was like 38 or something then. But
kind of does, yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Strange Brew, which we watched for Film Sack.
Yep.
Coronavirus. Anyway, he just passed away over the weekend, or even like this morning. So let's play a cover in tribute to him. This is a cover of the theme song to The Exorcist, which is called Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield. But this is, the closest thing I could find to a cover. I have a couple covers of Flash Gordon's theme. They're not very good. So we're going to go with this. This is by a band called Terrordrome from the Hollywood versus Hip Hop tribute that came out about 3 or 4 years ago. It is a cover of The Exorcist / Tubular Bells.
Nice. That image I just put up chat room was Max von Sydow in Strange Brew. And
yeah.
It's one of my favorite mute gifs I ever made. Where he
oh, really? Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Is that one where he shuts the beer door on Bob McKenzie and he's about to get flooded with beer and has to drink it all?
Right. It has to drink it all and then pee it out.
It's good stuff. Anyway, rest in peace. You were a rad dude. And also now, here is that song. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new show. Please come back then. Goodbye. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com. Jeez.
Wow.
I don't have any recollection.
Yeah, not a fan.
I don't know where that came from. It was